one of the points you make in the book that I hadn't really considered, but the all-out war that the Democrats declared on Gorsuch and really didn't succeed in landing a punch, and then they went nuclear, the so-called nuclear option. That was an overplaying of their hand that very much handicapped them when it came to trying to do the same thing to Kavanaugh.
Right. I mean, I don't think that Lindsey Graham, let alone Susan Collins, would have gone along with the nuclear option, getting rid of the filibuster to only require 50 votes to 50 plus one to approve a nominee to replace Anthony Kennedy, the middle vote, the swing vote, with Bret Kavanaugh. But they didn't face that dilemma because, as you say, the Democrats went too strong against Gorsuch. And I think Schumer, then as now the Senate leader for the Democrats, the minority leader, I think he knew all of this calculus, but he was between a rock and a hard place. I mean, there were activists picketing outside his brownstone in Brooklyn. They wanted blood after the blocking of Merrick Garland in 2016. They wanted every possible weapon thrown at Gorsuch. And even though he knew very well, Schumer did, that McConnell would finish what Harry Reid started in getting rid of the filibuster for lower court nominees, he was ducked into that corner. And so with Kavanaugh and now with Amy Coney Barrett, the Democrats really, they had no tools in the arsenal. In fact, and Nancy Pelosi, obviously, in the House, when she was interviewed right after Barrett was nominated, she said, well, there are plenty of arrows in our quiver. And she was talking about maybe impeaching someone to slow down the confirmation, although that would have been instantly dismissed in the Senate as well. So there really weren't any arrows in the quiver after Mitch McConnell forced by the Democrats to go thermonuclear, as it were, and remove that filibuster barrier. Although, Thomas was only confirmed 52-48. Alito was confirmed 58-42. So they never reached that 60 vote threshold. But the filibuster wasn't really something that was thought of. And that shows how there's further and further escalation over the last 30 years since Bork.
Who brought the filibuster to the table? I'm struggling with my history here. I know that Harry Reid very much sort of opened this can of worms of eliminating supermajority votes. But who started the fight?
After Bush v. Gore, remember when the left considered it that the Supreme Court selected Bush rather than him being elected, there was a lot of bitterness, a lot of outrage among legal elites on the left. And it was at a retreat early in 2001 where Cass Sunstein, former regulatory czar, my former professor at the University of Chicago, he's now at Harvard, and Lawrence Tribe, longstanding Harvard professor, came out with this strategy that you meaning Democratic senators, should filibuster Bush's illegitimate lower court nominees.